Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Mr. Beer TV and welcome back to my channel. I already said that. Devblog 41 is out from the aisle and I want to go with you guys through it and read it and have fun, and see what they came up with and everything. So yeah, let's get right into it. I know you don't like to wait, guys. Okay, it's from in this De Felipe dmIV for what? Wedge, Bryan, Kissen. That's all we got. All right. Let's read. All right, somebody's calling me, boys. Hello. Hello, everyone. I'm joking. Where was I? This month I worked on several fronts. While also working on improving the spectator mode for the public Evrima branch of the game, we also fixed a few small problems server side and introduced a new vomit sickness. Like last month, I've cut my work into topics for easier consumption, implemented more mutations, and fixed a lot of related bugs. The mutations are made in a way that server owners can enable, disable all mutations, or enable specific ones and more. They can customize the specific values of the individual mutations, allowing a wider range of customization for community servers. New resting curves were implemented, still under work in progress balance-wise, but now the longer you keep resting, the faster you restore stamina, health, and blood. Other balance changes were added, such as stamina affecting damage output, and the addition of wounds not visual, which lower your health as well as certain stats, such as health regen, stamina regen, damage, and more. The Dilophosaurus hallucination system is mostly finalized. We are just adding some extra effects and balance adjustments. Several members of the team worked together this month to reduce memory usage of the new map gateway, especially server side. We managed to reduce its memory consumption by 50%. A heap of migration tweaks and bug fixes, locational effects, improvements, and bug fixes, setting up final assets and systems for the new playable server. Several bug fixes in all areas and QOLs. What the fuck is a QOL? It's a quality of life. I know it. Of course, I didn't Google it. With the stress test now live, we can finally gather the data we need to balance and adjust the map accordingly so we can release it ASAP. See you next month. Alright, so what Felipe is saying here, guys, is that mutations are basically being able to be modified by admins. So let's say mutations gives you plus 10 speed. Well, an admin can come and say that mutation that gives you plus 5 speed, Easy to understand, I think. And they can also disable it at all, so that mutation does not exist. Sorry, it's in another parallel universe. Okay, new resting curve. So basically, the longer you rest, the longer better you get and stuff. Other balance changes were added. So there's gonna be like wounds. So basically, maybe there's a thingy that tells you you're wounded, and thus you will not give as much damage and maybe receive even more damage than usual. Stamina, maybe it says that the more stamina you have, the stronger you bite or something like that, or the stronger you attack. It makes sense, Like if you're full stamina as a stego, you're gonna swing that tail very fast, very strong. If you're low on stamina, you can't swing it that easily. So yeah, it makes sense. The Dilophosaurus hallucination system is basically finalized. Alright. They basically reduced the memory of gateway by 50%. I think it's like 7 gigs, 8 gigs now, and they aim for 6. No, it's like 8 gigs now and they aim for 6. Yeah. A heap of migration tweaks and bug fixes. Yeah, it's okay. Bug fixes. Alright, so that was FTessaro. What do you guys think? I think it's alright. Thank you, Felipe. DM4. This month, I've been focusing on polishing and the upcoming playables and fixing related issues. The Herrerasaurus climbing is becoming more and more reliable. I found some networking related jittering that I also managed to smooth out. I also set up the special resting animations that are used when positioning yourself on thin branches. The animal was also given a new diving animation. We expect players to spend a lot of time up in the trees, and jumping down into water can be a good way to dampen your fall. So Minecraft, basically. Assuming you don't jump into the jaws of a Dinosuchus. I also gave the Diabloceratops some love. It now takes reduced damage to its head and can use its block ability to reduce it even further. Cool. I extended the Dryosaurus's dodge charge indicator to support a more generic functionality. It is now also used to indicate how many sparring abilities you can activate and also show their cooldown. Alright, cool. Finally, I made some developments to the growth system. Our aim is for the current apexes is to have a relatively faster growth in the beginning and then significantly slow it down as you get older. There were a couple things that had to be adjusted, but it's all set up now and hopefully it will lead to a rewarding experience. Okay, that was DM4. Let's get through it and see what, let's break it down basically a little. Okay, so basically he smoothed out Herrerasaurus climbing, right? It looks better now. You can position better on the branches. You can jump in water and, you know, not die. That's cool. And we can also see Herrera here. Look at it. It's beautiful. What do you guys think? This guy is standing with 2 legs on the tree, and this guy only has 1 hanging down. That's actually cool. Or maybe this one is sleeping animation. You know, when he's going to sleep, he's going to lower that foot, something like that. But it looks cool. Like literally, this lizard. Oh my god! Imagine more, bro. Imagine getting more and more tree climbers. That's going to be so beautiful, and I'm so happy. I'm actually excited for Herrerasaurus. Diablo got some love, so no more damage. Well, not a lot of damage to the head, and if you're also using your block ability, you're also reducing that even more. So you're going to be very like Montagne from Rainbow Six, if you know, like a shield operator. Dryo got some love too, extended the Dryosaurus door charge indicator to support a more generic functionality. How many sparring abilities? I don't understand this one. Maybe you understand it, maybe you know more about the game than I do. Who knows? Finally, I made some developments to the growth system. Yeah, so basically apexes now, they grow fast when they're small, and then let's say they reach kind of middle, like beginning of subadult, and that's when it slows down, you know, like nature is basically, all right, you're in the wild, you're a baby, you gotta grow fast, right? You can't be a baby forever. You gotta defend yourself. You gotta be able to defend yourself. So the struggle is at the beginning against everyone, and then when you reach that point where you're like, okay, I can take on a few of my opponents now, so I can, not everything's going to eat me anymore, then you're going to start to fight your way to adult and stuff like that. Cool. I actually approve. So that was DM4. What do you guys think? I think it's cool. Wedge, sound designer. This month I've been working on designing vocal sounds. I don't care. I'm joking. We care about sound, guys, right? Of course we do. We are gamers. Sounds for both Dilophosaurus and Diabloceratops' unique abilities. I have made a handful of sounds alongside Dilos' menacing laugh that I made previously for its venom mechanic. Initially, I created a unique threat call for envenomation that can be heard before a hallucination initiates its attack. A layered shrill shriek with a hissing rumble and a throaty roar. Additionally, there are some more comparably subdued but intimidating sounds, including some various to its laugh, gurgles and growls, and a couple of unique hisses, one layered with a thrilling shriek. For Diablo, I've created a suite of grunts, groans, and exertions for use when locked into a sparring match. Ooh. Emphasizing the struggle of strength between them. In addition, there are some more bespoke sounds used while sparring for ramming, being rammed, flipping, being flipped, and trampling. I've also started working on the foley needed for sparring. So far, I've created a hard knock of horns clashing as they collide from a ram attack. Additional contact sounds need to be made for when horns interlock or come into contact outside of the ram attack during the sparring bout. More sounds may be required as these mechanics are iterated on and progress to the final result, but with the majority of the work near completion for these 2 animals' sounds, I'm looking forward to moving on to Herrerasaurus very soon. Alright, so cool creepy noises for Dilobilo. For Diablo Balblo, we got so basically, you know, like deers in the wild basically, so they fight with the head, they keep their head there, so noises basically to fight another Diablo or anything else, like to hear the head, the dingo dongo, you know, bung bung, you know, like hit your head with your fist, like dong dong dong, you know, like you hear it. All right, I know my head sounds kind of empty, but you can hear it. That's why you can hear it, because it's an echo. Anyway, and more sounds are gonna come. Thank you, Wedge. Bryan, the animator. Okay, let's move on to Bryan. It's been a marathon of T-Rex animations for me over the last week. It's got a full locomotion suit done, all 114 animations just for walking, trotting, running, and all the wounded variations for them across all the life stages the T-Rex goes through, which is more than usual because Tyrannosaurus is a very weird beast that just had to be different from all the other Tyrannosauridae. Tyrannosaurids. All right. Aside from that, we got a look of four Herrerasaurus. This climbing squared away and with Rex out of my plate, I can focus on getting its climbing suit done as well. Sure, Herrera isn't exactly built for climbing, but then that's just part of the challenge for getting it to look believable. Chances are you'll have other things to worry about when you look over the edge and see one skittering up at you anyway. Indeed. All right, so Bryan is basically working on the T-Rex. Rex has got 114, so that is 114 for my people that don't know English very well. Animations just for walking, trotting, running, and all the wounded variations for them across. So Rex has a lot of animations. Which is lovely to see. I like it. And Rex looks cool. Here it is on the screen. Do you guys like it? I like it. Probably doesn't look as polished here because it's in the animator, but trust me, it looks good. Go watch it on the stream. He showcases Rex. It's very beautiful, trust me. Also, Herrera climbing squared away with the Rex off my plate. So he's going to work on Herrera more and his climbing suit and to look way smoother and stuff, even more than it is currently, so it looks believable, you know. Herrera, maybe in real life he wasn't a climber, but let's be honest, the dinosaurs on this island were created by humans, so they can do whatever they want, right? And it's the fun of it. It's like, it's still realistic, you know, in a way. You can pretend you're a lizard in a tree. So who knows? Maybe Herrera liked chilling trees in the past. We don't know. We only know how he looked like. And maybe he didn't look like a tree climber, but I'm sure maybe he was. Maybe he wasn't. Who knows? Tell me in the comments. All right, that was Bryan. Thank you, Bryan. KissenKitten. All right, producer. All right, Kissen. Let's see what you say about us and the game. Gateway stress testing is again underway along with the corresponding changes we make based on feedback. The new playables are being put through their paces so they'll be ready for their debut in stress testing at a later time. The Dilophosaurus is getting some accompanying effects that you've likely seen the placeholders for or on Steam that will make its venom something you're going to want to avoid. The Herrerasaurus is getting some animation smoothing and swapping out of any problematic proxies. The Devblog sparring is going to be aggressively tested since we need to make sure the flow of battle feels right no matter what you're facing, as they will be in direct opposition to other ceratopsians as well as certain large carnivores that specialize in hunting horned prey. The Tyrannosaurus and Triceratops are slowly lumbering their way into the spotlight and doing so in imposing fashion. Alright, so we are in a fashion show. Of course, Strike and T-Rex, the probably most known dinosaurs of the world, right? Both need to be super solid as they'll be some of the most formidable animals in the game, and we really want to nail their gameplay and aesthetics so you feel properly powerful overall and not just a higher damage model swap. Fingers crossed. We've also been working with mutations and rounding out the gameplay loop for the dinosaurs as a whole. Hope you're ready to be a feeble or ferocious grandparent. Of course I am Boyos. I'm ready to kill everybody and KOS and get banned on every server as a Rex. Am I right? I'm alright, ladies and gents. Anyway, this month has also included some quality of life changes across the board. Some you'll notice sooner than others. But then the keen-eyed may have spotted some of them on stream. Some examples include changes to certain species animations and changes to their fluidity of movement. The goal being to remove some of the junk the characters have had for a while now. Also changes to night vision, weather, sounds, and more. The outlying creatures are also being pulled in line with the rest of the roster, like the Dryosaurus, Hypsilodon, Deinosuchus, Stegosaurus, etc. So they'll have the same level of completion intent as the rest of the roster, like directional attacks and over time their other mechanics. There were several other features for some of the playables that had to be cut for expedience sake that we can now begin devoting time to. Yes, we've been working on borrowing. We've made promising strides in that direction and I'm pretty excited about it. I'm also excited about I like going in holes. Don't take out that out of context, okay? But there's also some R&D, Red Dead Redemption, I don't know what that means, in relation to Pounce and how we plan to expand on that feature so Pounces feel more deadly even to larger, more powerful animals. That's fair, that's fair. Shouldn't be too hard for those of you familiar with large predators and their large prey to guess what that is, but more on that after testing proves successful. Humans have also been getting a lot of love this month from the design and animation teams and are shaping up to be something we feel will be an enjoyable and pants pooping experience. Okay, Kissen. What came over you to say pants pooping experience, Kissen? What are you doing? What came over you? I want to know. That's all for now. All right, thank you, Kissen. KissenKitten. Guys, this was it. Kissen basically here on top, she said that whatever I read up here, and in down here she said things will change, more animation fluidity, they're working on stuff, humans got love, design, animations, everything is going as planned. They like the game, we like the game, we are excited for the game, gateway is coming, fuck Spyro. Anyway, thank you guys for watching. Tell me your opinions in the comments. I hope you enjoyed this video where I read and you just look at me while I read, because that's what you do, right? You look at my face cam all the way through and not at the text. Goodbye, Chia boyos. It was me, Mr. Beard. Don't forget that.